What's up, everybody? It's AJ with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the RockyMounts MonoRail 2-bike platform rack on our 2022 Subaru Outback Wagon. Now we're looking at a platform style bike rack, so that means the bike sits on a platform like this. It's not a hanging style. That's where the bike would hang by two arms, which means this opens it up for a bunch of different bikes, because the way it's held on here is this hook comes down on the tire, holding the bike into place. There's going to be no frame contact, so that's awesome for all kinds of different style bikes, even carbon fiber bikes. We usually don't recommend doing that on a hang style just because that could damage the frame, but you're not going to have that issue with this style. Another cool thing about the monorail here is that you can tilt it away with the bike loaded. So that's a unique feature, that you come down here to the blue handle. Everything that you can push or use is usually blue on these racks. So we got the trigger here on the wheel, and then right there on the wheel strap. So then this handle is also going to be blue. So we pull down on that. You want to hold on to the hook just to help you lower it down. And then you just tilt it away. Tilts away very easily. Definitely helps that there's not a center mast on that. That's also good for loading and unloading, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But with the back of the Subaru open, you can see now I can get to something I maybe forgot to put on there or put in there with the bike on. I don't have to completely remove everything just to get to the back of the Subaru. And then when you go to tilt it back up, it's nice that the handle shifts right back into place, so you don't have to manually do anything. You just lift it up and it clicks in. So it'll come down here, lift this up, and it clicks in. With the bike on there, you can see that it does cover up your taillights a little bit, and that's just one bike. So if you had a second bike on there, it's definitely going to be covered up a little bit more. Your backup camera is probably going to be covered up by the bike too, so that might go off when you're going in reverse, so keep that in mind. And it looks like a little of your visibility in the back window is covered up too. I think you can see this brake light right here at the top over the bike, but a second bike that maybe is any taller or has anything else in the way might be issues. So that and the light display, just keep that in mind with the bikes on the back. Now removing the bike is pretty easy. So what I'm going to recommend doing is doing the strap first. So we'll come back down to this end, hit that blue tab. It's going to release the strap and it slides out just like that. And then come over here to the front with the hook. I'm going to put on this blue trigger, bring the hook up and push it down and out of the way. Then I can lift up this bike and remove it easily. There's no center mass there, so you don't have to worry about going around anything. That's pretty nice. Now with the bike removed, we can just fold this over into the cradle there to keep it out of the way. Just keep things nice and even. Another tip would be tilting this up and then bringing this hook underneath that right there. That way that just holds that in place and it can't go anywhere when you're driving down the road. With these cradles opened up, you can see they're ready to go for a road bike tire here. Mountain bike tire that's a little bit bigger, it can even handle a fat tire bike. It comes with the strap extension to actually do that, which is pretty awesome because a lot of the bikes you have to buy that separately. It's cool that it comes with it, so it's ready to go to use that 5-tire bike right out of the box. Now let's get some measurements. We'll go from the bumper to the end of the bike rack. Right there, be about 31 inches. So it sticks out quite a bit from the back. So just remember that's back there when you're backing out of tight spaces. But something that can help you out is you can actually fold it up and take up some of that space. So that same handle that tilted away before, you can fold it up against the vehicle. I'll go from the bumper out. Then it'll be about 13 inches. So that's going to be quite a bit less. So that's nice. If you don't have a bike on here and you're driving around with it, I would just go ahead and fold it up. It makes it easier. Now some other measurements we want to get is from the ground to the bottom of the rack. We'll come down here to about, I guess this latch right there, it's going to be 19.5 inches from the ground, so that should be pretty good. It's got a nice rise in the shank, so normally we like to advise people to watch out for those steep hills or driveways. I think yours is going to be high enough to where that won't really be an issue. So we got a couple different measurements here with it folded up to see how close it comes to the Subaru. So we'll go from the back tailgate to the closest part here, which might be one of the cradles instead, so I'm going to get as close as I can there. Here it'll be about 7.5 inches of space in there, so you don't have to worry about it even coming close and hitting anything. Another one would be from the cradle here to the bumper. That one, I'm going to push the strap in as much as I can. That's going to be about 5 inches, so still plenty of room. You see this doesn't move that way a whole bunch, not a lot of back and forth, so it's not going to come close to hitting anything. Take a look down here at the hitch. If it's 2-inch by 2-inch hitches, you got 2 locks on there that are key to like. So we got a lock here for a cable lock if we were running that through the bikes. Then there's a lock and an anti-rattle hitch pin here in the shank and the hitch. And I'll just show you. I can shake the whole thing back and forth. There's no rattling or movement in there whatsoever, so you know that it's not going to transfer to your bikes.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the solemn. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners and evasive maneuvers. Then we get to the alternating speed bumps. We'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving on uneven pavement. Then we'll go over the full speed bumps, and we can see the up and down action. This will be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or a driveway.
Overall, I really like this bike rack. I use the MonoRail single bike rack on my own vehicle all the time. I like how easy it is to load and unload a bike. I like that this one's got two, so in case you bring a friend, you can do that easily too. It's got a lot of the functions that make it really easy to use with it folding up and tilting down, and the two keys that are key-like locks on there are an awesome addition. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.